Hey there, it's Kara Cherniak here, and first of all I want to welcome you to my Ninja Parenting group. Hopefully you'll find a lot of things here are very helpful to you in your day-to-day parenting and beyond. So today's video is about acceptance. And as parents we all know that the current method of acceptance that we're taught is praise, and to let our children know we accept them by praising who they are and what they do. But I'm here to let you know that there is another way to show acceptance to your kids, and that is a non-verbal method of acceptance. Now, how would you show your kids that you accept them in a non-verbal way? Well, the biggest way that you can show acceptance is to not get involved in their activities. Okay, so I know that that goes against the grain of everything that you were taught. What do you mean not get involved? I should be an involved parent. Well, what I mean about not getting involved in their activities is, for instance, let's say you have a child who is building a sandcastle and they're building it a little bit too close to the edge of the ocean. Well, as a parent, the first thing you want to do is, hey, maybe you should build that a little closer, maybe you shouldn't, XYZ. We want to help them. And what I'm here to say is that you need to hold back and let them make the mistake. Sometimes as parents we want to get involved and we get into their process, and by doing so we kind of stunt their learning that they would get from just completing the natural process of making a mistake. So what I'm here to talk about today is, why do we do that? And there are several different reasons. First one, we want them to learn. Of course, as parents, we want our children to learn the best way that they can. We want them to learn and grow. I'm here to tell you that the best way for children to learn is to let them experience the learning process. So that means doing it their way, making a mistake. They'll learn more from making a mistake than they will for you to come in and teach them the correct way every time. So I'm not saying as a parent that you shouldn't teach your children, but what I'm saying is there are things that they can do on their own, and let's let them do it, explore it, experience it, and make the mistake where they will learn from. The second reason we may get involved is because we as parents are uncomfortable when our kids make mistakes. Is that you? Are you uncomfortable watching your kids fail? Trust me, it's more uncomfortable for you than it is for them. Sometimes we are sending that message of it's a way bigger deal than it ever is to them. So I see this a lot of times in my classes that I teach, that there's a mistake that a child is making and it's very minor. Doesn't bother me at all because I know it's part of the process, and I can just see the parents on the side just tensing up and just having all those uncomfortable emotions. They're embarrassed, they're just uncomfortable that their child is not doing in their mind what they're supposed to be doing. So it may be your own uncomfortableness. What I'm asking you to do is just sit and stir in that feeling, and don't project that onto your child, because they're not feeling what you're feeling, right? They may be having an experience, and sometimes we allow the uncomfortableness that we feel to steal the joy from what they're doing. Okay, so when you feel uncomfortable, I'm asking you to just sit in it, let it come, let it go, right? Everything will be okay. Another reason that parents may interfere in their kids' activities is that they, as parents, want to be proud of their kids' accomplishments. Well, again, I need to ask you, is that feeling about them or is it about you as a parent? The kids are going to make mistakes, but they're also going to have successes. There will be plenty of accomplishments to celebrate along the way. It's just as important to let them stumble in order to figure out the best way for them to complete something or do something. So I know as a parent you want to be proud of your kids' successes, but I'm telling you it's just as important to be proud of the failures, because believe it or not, that is how your kids are learning. They learn more from their failures than they do from all the wins combined, just like we do. Another reason that parents may feel the need to interfere in their kids' activities, and this is a big one, I see this a lot of times in my classes, is you as a parent may have a secret ambition for your child. Maybe your ambition is you were a high school or college athlete and you want your child to follow in those footsteps, so you need that success to happen now, right? We don't have time for them to make the mistakes and go through the learning process. So ask yourself, do you have that secret hope or that secret dream? And is that the reason why you feel the need to interfere in that process and jump in and save them again? Do we see a pattern? Is it about you as the parent, or is it about their process? And hopefully some of you are having light bulbs right now going, oh, maybe it is, right? So that's a question from now on when your child is involved in an activity and you're feeling the need to interfere and help them get it right. Is this about me, or is this about him or her? Another reason, parents, that you may feel the need to interfere in your child's learning is that you are overly concerned about what others may think. I see this one a lot in my classes too, is I will have a little one maybe misbehave, be a little mischievous, make a mistake, and the parent just cannot help themselves but try to discipline the child even though he's in my class, right? And the mistake is not bothering me because I know that it's part of the process. But that parent is feeling those emotions. Remember the uncomfortableness we talked about? They're also feeling embarrassed that their child is misbehaving or is not getting it right like everybody else. So they feel the need to intercede so that, to set their child straight on the right path. So again, you need to ask yourself, do I care? Do I care what others think? Everybody's making mistakes at their own pace, at their own level. Okay, so, and the thing that I've learned along the way is nobody cares. Everybody's concerned about themselves. They're concerned about their children. They're not thinking about your child, right? So don't worry about what others think. Let your child experience the process. Another reason that parents may feel they need to interfere is their need to feel needed. Since your child was a baby, they've needed you to do things for them, to help them, to save them. And now that your little one is becoming an independent learner, they might not need mom or dad as much anymore. And so you still have that need to feel needed. And that may cause you to jump in prematurely, to jump in too quickly, to save them from learning from their own mistakes. So ask yourself, is it that I need them to feel like they still need their mom or they still need their dad? And that's the reason that I'm going to jump in there and interfere. And the final reason that parents feel the need to interfere is that we impose rigid, strict adult standards of right and wrong on our child's learning. It needs to be done this way, not that way. The best way to do it is, you name it, X, Y, Z. But we're putting our adult standards on a child's learning. Okay, so the next time you feel the need to do that, remember, they're a 5-year-old, they're a 3-year-old, they're a 7-year-old, and they need to learn in the manner that a 5-year-old, 3-year-old, 7-year-old learns. And we sometimes want to put our standards. Well, they should have it, they should know it, they should be doing it this way. And what I'm here to tell you is, it's all a process. Every child has their own individual process, their own individual timeline for when they're going to get things. And I always tell my parents, it's like a cake. The more you let it bake in the process, the more it's going to rise. So the next time your child is involved in something, it doesn't have to be a structured activity like my classes. It could just be, something that they're doing at home. They're drawing, they're coloring, they're building a tower, and you feel that burning desire to jump in there and help. I challenge you to sit in your own uncomfortableness, sit in your own stuff, and let them figure it out. Let them work their way through the process. In the end, you'll be glad that you did, because them figuring out their own process will be the best gift you could ever give them, and it will only continue to accelerate as they get older. The more and more they can figure things out on their own, the quicker their process will be, and the smarter that they'll become in their own problem-solving skills. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and this is Kara Turniak, and I will see you on the next video.